Hello, 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 and welcome to an RTAppetizer, regular RTAppetizer, not live, overdubbed, you know, because dubs are better than subs. They're not. They're not. I will fight everybody on that. Subs are better than dubs. Typically, new dubs actually pretty good. Some of them. Some of them are still kind of but a lot of the new dubs of why am I talking? I'm talking about anime. I'm 25 seconds into the video. It's fine. Ignore me in general. Just don't watch my content. We are fighting someone in the Korea server. They go for LRK, Sharoon, Stene, Pyra, and Ricardo. I go for ROL, Hand Guy, Flitica, Charlotte, and Arya. They ban out Arya. I ban out Pyra. Let's jump into it, see how things went. So Flitica is going to be going first. I think I have a little bit of a brain fart here. I forgot that his thing gives immunity. I don't know why I thought I could reset him. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's fine. We're here, and there's not much y'all can do about it. Hand Guy is going first, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into this LRK, do as much damage as I can to him while he has a defense break. Arwol also got pushed up, so I'm going to stun the Ricardo. Waste his first turn, which is pretty nice. Sharoon can do as Sharoon does, but I don't know that she wants to, because that would give Charlotte her Angie Baby attack and defense buff, which probably not the best idea. So they're just going to S1 into Hand Guy, turn him off. That's fine. They're going to break some skill nulls on the Flitica, which is also quite alright. I get an attack down on the Stene, which is pretty nice. Attack down on the Ricardo as well. And interestingly, also on the LRK, which tells me he has like no effect res whatsoever. They're just going to S1 into the Flitica. Doesn't do too much, just want to cycle out of the attack down, which is fair. Going to throw the S3 into it. It's going to kill, it's going to push back everybody, which, you know, is fine. I'm going to strip the attack buff off of the Ricardo. So while he still may have Vigor buff, he doesn't really have much else going for him. So I'm just going to keep going on into him and just kind of wait. He gets the crit damage buff, which I don't know is very useful. Hopefully this hits Charlotte. It does. Charlotte gets her very Angie attack buff, which is great. I haven't used Charlotte in a while, but it's nice to use her again. I'm just gonna go ahead and strip all this stuff. Hand Guy gets his S3, which is great. I'm just going to kind of bet against the Sharoon and just soul burn just in case. LRK actually has his S3 back because I've been doing nothing but AoEs. So now they Benny Mars Tachi, and my Charlotte is a little bit dead, except she's not. I was so pleased. Charlotte, you delightful Angie baby. I've never been more proud of you. Go ahead and twirl a whirl into this group. Kill the Stene, kill the LRK, get a counter, which is hilarious because it gives me my attack buff back. So Sharoon is kind of forced to S3 here to try and strip those buffs. She does miss the Charlotte, which is fine. And Arwol is also still alive, so I'm just going to go ahead and stun this Ricardo one more time. The Sharoon is on Guardian Ice Crystals, which is a little annoying, but I am going to just S1 into the Ricardo, do some more damage to him. He gets a barrier and crit damage buff again, but Charlotte is ready to kill, and she, even though she's not on Holy Sack anymore, she's still good. She's still a good unit. Not great into Landy, because Landy can just overwhelm her like completely, but hey, let's watch another one, shall we? So here we have another fight. This is against Only Sham in the global server. I believe I fought them a couple of times. They usually have very interesting builds. So they're going to go for Rimuru, Karina, F10A, Knackle, and Bellion. I'm going to go for Lua, Arwol, Stene, Flitica, and Zahak. I ban out the F10A, they ban out the Lua. Let's see what we can do with this. So, couple things to note. Number uno. You did see that right. That Bellion does say Aureus on her. And this Rimuru is also 24k HP on Warhorn. Not the best. But I am going to reset this Karina. The Rimuru doesn't really scare me at the moment because I know it's not a damage Rimuru. I am caught between cleansing the Flitica and giving an attack buff to the Stene. Flitica's probably gonna outspeed everybody anyway, so I'm just gonna go into her and give Stene the attack buff. I'm gonna go into the Knackle because she is, at the moment, the biggest threat to me. I do double crit her, which is hilarious and deserved, just because it is Knackle. But I am going to S3 into the Bellion. Hopefully try to stun it. It does resist, which means either it got 15%ed or it is an F-res one. It's hard to say at this point. Flitica no longer has an attack buff. Everybody is, has a giant barrier, which is great. Unfortunately, they do dual attack with the Bellion that strips all of that. So I do laugh because, of course, that happened, because why would that not happen? Gonna S1. It is a counter Bellion. So if I were smart, which I'm not, that just means I should probably be going into everybody else, because it is a... it's a counter one, but it is on Aureus, so it'll still be taking damage. But I am kind of provoked, so there's not much I can do about it this turn. It's not critting my Stene, which is pretty nice. Rimmery's also going to steal the no buffs that I have. I don't know why I did that, mostly. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone into the Rimuru. They're going to poke the Arwell, and Arwell will be going down here. Maybe. No, they go into the Karina, and they don't get the Rocket Power Punch proc, which is great for me. I do also end up outspeeding the Bellion because it is, I think, 0 speed. It is a slow lady. So, Zahak has actually cycled back into his S3, so I'm just going to go into the Karina here. Obviously give the attack buff to Stene. Obviously. They're going to Soul Burn into the Zahak to get the invincibility and the attack buff, but I'm just going to take that off of the Karina and kill her. So now I can just S1, and Stene is still very safe, because even with attack up and defense down, it is an effect res massive HP Rimuru, so I don't really expect it to be doing any damage whatsoever. Just gonna S3, no dice, but getting the barrier up is pretty good for me. Zahak and Stene are still very, very healthy. And Rimuru does get one last hurrah, and does get the honors of blowing up my Zahak, and my Arwell, who just comes right back. And then Stene is able to finish it off with a S3. So it was very, very good match, very close. Aureus Bellion on counter. Very unique. Very unique. I do like to see unique things. But hey, maybe we can do one more though. So we have this one more. from another person in the Korea server. They go for Aravi, Rowana, Karina, Rimuru, Politis. I go for Knackle, LRK, Flitica, Strays, and Stene. They let the Stene through. I ban out the Rimuru. I like how all of this is rhyming. Let's see how I do. I did it. So this one's mostly just funny to me. Also because this is a 225-ish speed Karina, which is ludicrous. I'm just gonna go ahead and S3 her, reset her, and Miss Confuel procs. And defense breaks her, which tickles me greatly. So I'm just going to kill the Karina. And then they quit. Oh, after getting dumpstered for so long these past few days, oh god, this fight was so cathartic to watch happen. It is just so funny. But yeah, that'll actually do it. I wanted to end on a high note. I know there were 3 wins and no losses, but I've been doing enough losing in my personal time that I didn't want to rehash any of it. At least now. I'll still show losses, obviously, in these when they're interesting losses and not just me getting kicked while I'm down. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead, hit the like and the subscribe button. If you did not like the video, then I think it's about time that you buy a new laptop. Yours is old and crusty and dusty. And if you felt incredibly ambivalent about the entire thing, then I'm just going to end this video mid-sentence, and there's no